it's Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Today we're going to be making stuffed zucchini in the kitchen. This is a really simple recipe and it's just like an Italian, stereotypical Italian kind of hamburger. You can use venison, you could use ground pork, ground venison, you could do a mixture, you could do sausage if you wanted to. I'm just using a pound of ground hamburger, and this is a great recipe for stretching 1 pound of meat for a whole family. Approximately 1 cup of each: green pepper, onion, spinach, and some rainbow carrots. I'm also going to use probably 1 cup or maybe all of the tomatoes in here. We'll see how they cook down. And I've got myself 2, I'd say medium, because I've seen some giganormous zucchinis in my life, so I'd say 2 mediums. Preheat your oven to 350. And then we're going to cut the 2 ends off of your zucchini. Serving mine with just regular spaghetti noodles. And I'm going to be making them like butter and garlic. And probably drizzle a little olive oil on them. So to start with, I'm going to slice my zucchinis in half. We're not really straight there. Okay. You can get another bowl to put the hollowed out. I just find that I have like a melon pillar would work good. I just have a stainless steel. It's a tablespoon measure and it works really good. So you just want to hollow them out. And I'm going to save the zucchini because it's going back in the mixture here. Four, unless you have 2 great big ones or 1 big one. The concept is the same, whatever size zucchini you're working with. Hollow them out so you have little like boats. If you've heard of zucchini boats, that's what we're sort of doing here. I'm making the noodles with mine because I don't feel like sliced for 5 people that this would be enough just by itself. So here are our zucchinis. Just going to put it in here. And I want to chop it up sort of fine. Okay, the first thing we want to do is brown our pound of hamburger. You want to make sure you have a very large skillet because you're going to be adding all these veggies to it. I'm going to sprinkle my hamburger with a little bit of garlic powder and salt and pepper. Like I said, this is a really good improvisation kind of recipe to use up any kind of veggies you got in your fridge. You can also use canned vegetables, dried parsley, just whatever you would add to spaghetti or lasagna or an Italian recipe, you can add to this. I'm going to just add my onion. And probably my green pepper too. Those can start getting a little softer there. I'm going to add this zucchini. I'm going to add in the carrot. I will be, when I put this in the zucchini boats, I will be drizzling it with olive oil. And I'm going to be adding, I had about an 8-ounce block of cheese. I'm going to be adding some shredded cheese. And I had some of these leftover French's onions, leftover from Thanksgiving, from the green bean casserole. So I'm probably going to sprinkle a few of those on there. Like I said, this is like super improvising. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in my spinach. Add in the tomatoes. Okay, it's pretty cooked down here, so now I'm going to just add my spaghetti sauce. You could drain it if you wanted to, but I had pretty lean meat, so it wasn't as much grease as it was just the veggie juice cooking down there. Since I got all that in there, I'm just going to bring this to a quick boil. Just to maybe cook down a little bit of the liquids we've got there. This I think cooked down enough. I'm going to use a slotted spoon. So I want to get as much of the solid stuff as possible. I'm just going to fill up zucchini boats here. And sometimes this gets a little, if you don't want to lay flat, you're going to have to use them to balance on top of each other and everything. So sort of line them all up here, and that way you can use them to support one another. Now reserve whatever liquid, the more saucy stuff you have left, because remember we are making noodles for this to go over, and someone might want to put some over their noodles and everything. Oh, like I said, I've got a little bit of those French fried onions. I think I'm just gonna shake some over it. This is totally improvising. If you don't have these, that's great. This is just something I had sitting in the pantry. Now I got a little bit of cheese. You don't even have to put cheese on yours. I just had some that needed to be used up, so that's what we're doing here. It's just with just a little bit of olive oil, mostly on the exposed part here. I'm going to cover it with some foil. I'm going to make it sort of like a little, it doesn't have to be tight, like a little like tent here. Keep the tops from scorching. And we're going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to bake this for 30 to 35 minutes until your zucchini is fork soft. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to save the sauce, and I'm going to make my noodles and clean up a little bit. And for my noodles, I'm just making regular spaghetti noodles. I'm going to be just adding some butter and some garlic powder and mixing up those noodles. So that's what I'll be doing with that. So nothing fancy. If you have fresh garlic, you can cut that up and put it in there. I would add it to the pan and the butter, and then, so it softens. Unlike if you're just using garlic powder, you can just throw the butter in there and throw the garlic powder in there and mix it up. So we're going to wait 30 to 5 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll look at the finished product. Got it out of the oven, and I'm going to slice it up, and we're going to get it on the noodles. It's a really easy, versatile, and economical dish that you can improvise and use up whatever you've got in your pantry or your vegetable bin or your leftovers. So thank you for joining us today. Bye.